All right, so here's where it gets fun. Boy, do I got a show for y'all, man. An unhinged debate. This is why we say local politics is so important. Now, you might not be able to relate to my district, but you'll find it very interesting to see candidates at work, fierce candidates at work. I tell people all the time, Florida is the resistance. You guys are getting ready to see the resistance. You're going to see a bunch of sharks in the same tank going at each other, man. I'm going to go over, this is going to be a different kind of video. You're going to see it kind of stop. There's not going to be any transitions because I don't want to sit there and play around trying to find the clips that I want to talk about. So I'm just going to clip it, go right to the next one, clip it, go right to the next one. I hope you guys can appreciate it. Let me give you a little backstory before we go into it. So right now, in Florida, District 13, there's a seat that's up, a congressional seat that's up. The Rhino, Charlie Crist, he's going to try to run against Ron DeSantis, right? From my understanding. But this is for the Republican seat that it's a possibility that they can flip this blue seat to a red seat, right? To the Republican Party. Now, I supported Anna Paulina Luna the last election, which she didn't win, but she did bring in record-breaking votes for the Republican Party, and she's also the forerunner in the race right now. She's probably the most favored candidate, and you're going to see that there's a lot of bad blood and ill will towards her. Why so much the hate? I don't know. Maybe because she is the only candidate that Trump endorsed. So before I go into, I want to give some shout-outs. Shout out to Abundant Life Church for allowing them to put this event together. This is what democracy is about. This is what our republic is about. For the American people, for our county, our Americans to see the candidates that want to represent not only our district, but represent us as Americans in this country. So I want to shout out to Abundant Life Church. The pastor is based, biblical, sticks to scripture, but he doesn't bend and fold to the woke and to those narratives that completely go against our values, not only as just conservatives, but values as a Christian and people that want to maintain traditional values. So shout out to Abundant Life Church Ministry Church. Shout out to Cliff Gephardt. He's a personal friend of mine. Cliff he's big on Facebook, but he's extremely he's old school. He's not all on social media everywhere else. You can find him on Facebook. Extremely influential. Anyway, I'm not bleeping that out either. But he has so much influence. He broke the record for the world's records for the Trump parades, right? The boat parades. So just to give you an idea who he is, him and my man Don. So look him up. So shout out to him, and then shout out to Michael O'Fallon with Sovereign Nations. He's actually where I'm getting the video from, which I'll show you at the end of the video. So I want to make sure I point that out, and then now let's go right on into it. So enjoy, and look, it's entertainment, man. This is going to be straight fire. I'm only going to go over the highlights of what I thought that was pretty off the chain. So enjoy. All right, first and foremost, let me break down each candidate. I'm going to be real quick. This is Christine Quinn. She's also running for District 13. She's a personal friend of mine. I got a lot of respect for her. She has a very successful family business in seasoning. Through all this pandemic and these restrictions and the tyranny that the Democratic Party has been inflicting on our society here in America, it has personally affected her business. But she's such a fierce woman. She's maintained and continued to run her business like a freight train, nowhere near ready to stop. So I got a lot of respect for her. Good friend of mine, strong-willed woman, very passionate about America. So that's Christine Quinn. Let's go to the next person. I'm going to kind of shuffle through it. The next one is Kevin Hayslett. I don't know Kevin Hayslett personally. I've met him. I met him and his wife. Seems like a pretty cool guy. I have close friends of mine that support him, but I don't know enough from him. But you'll know as we go, I have very intricate detail on each one of the candidates. So I want to just kind of go through it quick, but he's a very successful lawyer. He is local to Pinellas County, so he's one of the candidates running for District 13 as well. Let's go to the next one. Audrey Henson, I'm not sure who she is. I've never met her, so I don't really know much about her. I just know that just like many of the other candidates that are running, um, they have a lot of bad blood towards Ana Luna, right? So you'll see that, and they have, I think there's some bad blood amongst themselves. It didn't seem that way, but we'll see. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but you got Audrey Henson. She's also running. And then you got Amanda Makki. I've met Amanda Makki, just on a flyby. I went to an event where she was speaking at Conservative Grounds. She's very fierce. I can't take that away from her. But you're going to see she really has a personal vendetta towards Ana Luna, man. So she is running also for District 13. There's 5 of them to be exact. And then we have Ana Luna. Ana Luna, she, like I said earlier, she's the forerunner right now. She's the favorite person. She's the one that has broken records and bringing in the most Republican votes for this particular county, this district. She is literally the only person that will be on the stage that is endorsed by Trump for the second time. Trump endorsed her the first time as well. I'm personal friends with Ana, but I'm going to try to be as subjective as I can. But you will clearly see that there were malicious attacks geared towards the forerunner, obviously. So I just want to point that out. And I want to end this quick clip of just giving you guys a quick rundown of each of the candidates and how I may know them or be friends with them, whatever the case may be. When in a situation like this, because it's local, it can be very difficult sometimes because you're friends with people, you associate with certain people. But I want people to understand that I supported Ana Luna before I met any of the other candidates. I supported her the first time. I actually was out there trying to do signs and everything with her. I had camo videos that I posted up on my TikTok where I was supporting her. So I've always supported Ana. She's always been a good person to me. She's been a real straight up person. I think she's got a great personality. She's very down to earth. But I know the bad blood that they have towards her. A lot of the candidates on the panel towards her. At least 3 out of the other 4 that I know of personally that have really bad blood up front for her. I want people to understand how much it took for people to try to orchestrate and get this together to even make this happen for the American people here in this district, for us to try to choose who we're going to vote for to represent not only our district, but for our country, to fight for our country, right? I tell people all the time, Florida is the resistance. This is a Shark Tank that you guys are getting ready to watch. So I want people to understand that. Now, when I go into the next slide, it'll be on Kevin Hayslett. I'm going to start with him. You're going to notice a lot of them, they're going to be starting out with their open statements. A lot of them did it. All of them did it behind the podium. And Ana did not do it behind the podium. And I'll go into that when we get to that slide. So enjoy. All right, let the games begin. So we're going to start with Kevin Hayslett. By now, Christine Quinn already did her opening statements. It's Kevin Hayslett's time now. I'm jumping straight to him because, if you want to watch the full take, I'm going to give you where you can go watch it. I need to go to the highlights and what I felt was very important in Hayes' meeting. So there was something he said in the opening statements that I feel is very significant and contradicting that I think is a fib, a little bit of a fib. So here we go.
First of all, I want to thank the folks on stage here. This is democracy in action. Yes. This is what this country needs. The other thing I will tell you is that despite what happens in this primary, whoever is victorious, I will support that candidate to make sure that the Republican Party, our policies.
All right, so let me stop it. Again, man, I've met Kevin Hayslett. Seems like I've met his wife. Seems like a nice guy. Again, I have personal friends that know him. So I don't know much about him. I know he's a very successful lawyer. But that statement, I think I have to challenge him. I think that's a fib. He said no matter what happens in these primaries, whoever wins, I will support them wholeheartedly. I think that might be so for maybe the other 4 candidates. But when it comes to Ana Luna, I think that is a bald-faced lie. And the reason why I think it's a bald-faced lie is because of this right here. I want you guys to look up. It's on Political. This article. It is called In Secret Recording. Florida Republican threatens to send Russian-Ukraine hit squad after rival. Talking about Paulina Luna. Now, why are you saying, well, what does that got to do with Kevin Hayslett? Well, from my understanding, Kevin Hayslett represented the guy that was secretly recorded that this article is talking about, in which they had this big case, which I'm not very clear on the outcome of it, whether it was distinguished or whatever, right, settled. All I know is the judge reprimanded the guy that was secretly recorded, saying that he's going to get a hit squad to take Ana Luna out, allegedly. You look up the court cases, you know, with YouTube, I have to say allegedly, right? This stuff is just off the chain, but look this article up. Literally type in this headline and you will find it. And the reason why it's so interesting and eye-opening is literally they play the recording. Ana Luna didn't request for these people to record her, this guy saying these things. These people did it on their own merit, thinking that, wow, this is kind of unhinged, dude. Why are you talking like this? They literally secretly recorded this dude. And, you know, I find it very interesting, very in-depth article talking about that. People might have heard about it and think, and blew it off, but it's for real. Like, it caused my jaw to drop. So when I hear him say, no matter what happens with the primary, whoever wins, I will support them wholeheartedly for the Republican Party, I have to challenge him. I think that's a little bit of a fib. Maybe so with the other four candidates, but when it with the other three of the other four, but when it comes to Ana Luna, I think that's a lie, because he was the lawyer, from my understanding, that represented the guy that was secretly recording. They had this big case of people trying to take Ana Luna out. It sounds so arbitrary, but it's true, and it's just nuts. You can go look it up for yourself. I'm going to give you the facts and the documents to look it up for yourself. So I say that to say this. The reason why I would not support him in this run for this seat, I'm not going to say he's not a patriot and he doesn't love the country, right? I'm not going to say that at all. I don't know him that much. What I will say, I feel that he has a personal vendetta. I think that what happened, he represented a guy where they went to court, and whatever happened at that court, it caused him to want to run again, to go into the race and run against Ana Luna. I truly believe that's what his intentions were, which tells me he has bad intentions. Moving on to the next slide. All right, now we to the good stuff. Everybody did their opening remarks. It's Ana Luna's turn. And like a lioness, she comes from behind the podium. Everybody did it behind the podium. She comes from behind the podium and looks at every last one of her opponents in the face, because she knows this debate was probably a setup of some sort, is what I'm thinking. And she knows all the nonsensical things that these people have been doing to try to slander her over the course of this whole thing, this whole buildup for the run for this candidacy, for this seat. She knows they're coming in there to do personal malicious attacks towards her. And boy, does she shut it down, and she does her thing throughout this entire debate. So right now I'm going to play Ana Luna's opening statements. You're going to see her come from behind the podium, look every one of them in the face. You can see some of them are uncomfortable. You will actually even see one of them say something that I thought was very interesting. So I'm going to show it, and then we're going to go right into it. And I'll pause one just to point something out.
Thank you, everyone, for attending this evening. My name is Paulina Luna, for those that might not know me. I am the only Trump-endorsed candidate in this race. I'm pro-life, pro-God, pro-gun, and anti-globalist. I can tell you...
Let me pause it. You notice she said anti-globalist. Later on, I'm going to show you why anti-globalist, because one of the candidates on the panel says something that tells me he's for globalism, which we know there's a big globalism takeover right now when it comes to our currency. I don't want to spoil it for you, so I'll digress.
That I might not have had the talking points like most, but I can tell you that through my experience in my work, my time at Turning Point USA, my time with Prager University, my time down to the border 3 times and working with various counter-trafficking organizations, was I able to personally fight human trafficking. And actually, to date, it's one of my main objectives for wanting to go to Washington.
So right now I'm going to pause it. Now, the reason why I'm pausing it right now is because this next thing I'm going to show you is very eye-opening. I want you to look at Quinn. That's Christine Quinn in the black. You can see her move off to the side. Now, I know Christine. I didn't know she had any type of ill will towards Ana Luna. But this right here opened my eyes and made me realize, oh, she might have an issue with her as well. I didn't know it was to this degree, but this right here really opened the door and let me know, okay, now it's Ana Luna going up against all four of the other panelists on this thing. So it's like, oh, man, you're going to see her whisper something, and then Michael O'Fallon will later on, he'll check, hey, don't be interrupting, don't be saying stuff in between while the candidates are speaking. Brutal. So here we go. Check it out. Pay attention to her.
Washington, D.C. We currently live in a country where we pride ourselves on being a free society, and yet every single day there is human slavery at the U.S.-Mexico border.
So I'm going to pause it there. You guys seen it. I'm going to go into the next slide, man. Hoping you're enjoying it. So there you go. Ana Luna just finished up. In that last part of her, while she's doing her opening statement, you'll see Christine Quinn, she whispers something. And so I want to play the clip where Michael O'Fallon is checking the candidates like, don't do that. Don't do that. And you're going to see throughout this whole thing, he's checking them. Stop. Don't do that. Don't do that. And I know Michael O'Fallon. This guy is a professional, right? This guy, I know he's very prestige. I've been to his events before. He does interviews with some of the, like Jordan Peterson. I mean, you name it. He's one of the forerunners. Matter of fact, one of the frontliners to start the battle on talking about defeating CRT, amongst many other topics. So I want to play the clip real quick where he's mentioning, like, don't do that. Don't interrupt the candidates while they're speaking.
I do ask folks that we please no comments during the time of the candidates. That's something that can start early and then it gets out of control, and I won't let that happen. If that continues, we're going to ask you to leave, okay? All right. Well, thank you for that to all the candidates. And now we're going to
Michael O'Fallon, y'all. All right, so they've moved into questioning each other now. So here's where things start really heating up. But I pointed this one out because Christine Quinn, as I said before, she's a fierce business owner, very successful family business owner in seasoning. And her first question was by Audrey Henson. And I thought it was important to point it out because she made a statement that really resonated well with me. So I want you guys to hear it.
Question is for Christine. Christine, as a fellow small business owner, I'm curious what impact this economy is giving on you. I know we have an incredibly hard time finding people willing to work who are skilled. We're also having really bad issues with the supply chain and being able to get our goods. Is it impacting your business as well?
So thank you for that question. I really appreciate it. Yes, it has directly impacted. I own a small seasoning company. We make a dry rub for prime rib seafood, pork, poultry, hamburger, wild game. We're finding in the top 10 grocery stores in the nation. The supply chain has absolutely come to a screeching halt. If we can't have salt, if we can't get garlic, I can't make seasonings. And what are the two things that are hard to find right now? Salt and garlic. And it's impacting every single one of you right now in the grocery stores on the choices you're going to have. This is by design. This isn't something that just willy-nilly happened. They want to shut us down. The biggest threat to the American small business is the American government. The over-regulations, the policies that they have put in place are suffocating small businesses in America.
So true. So true. I'm a small business owner. I've been affected hugely. Even just their policies and this, how they made it where they incentivize people to not go back to work affected my business. So what she's saying is 100% true. I like the fact that she was able to answer the question and correlate it to her own personal experience, letting people know, look, I'm an American just like any one of you guys as well. It personally affected her business. And like I told you guys, this person has a multi-million-dollar seasoning business. I'm friends with her. I know her personally. And what she says next is just really resonates with me, especially with my story.
Lie that you can just give money out and then people will come back to work didn't work. It was a lie. These people don't want to come back to work, but they still want to have their hand out for money. I'm always for a hand up. You can't be pitiful and powerful. I'll help you out of the pit, but you can't be. You have to make yourself powerful.
So I love that she said that. You don't need a handout, you need a hand up. So it wasn't like an aha moment. I just thought that was very important to point out. I respect her as a business person, man, all the way around. If you're ever in the area, man, you got to go check out her warehouse, man, where her seasons. But things really start to go left after that question right there, which I will even go as far to say, if we compare the question that Henson just asked Quinn, it seemed like a very softball question, right? Really simple, nice question. Like, all right, this is going to be a pretty pleasant debate. No, you will see the energy completely change soon as the questioning starts getting geared towards honor. So that's this slide right here. All right, so here's where it gets fun. We going right into, I ain't going to do no whole lot of talking. All you need to do is sit back and drink your beer and watch. OMG, Amanda Makki, here comes the bad blood. Here comes the scissors, the knives, and the glasses being thrown.
Makki now has 30 seconds for a question.
My question is for Anna Paulina Luna. Why did you call yourself an avid Obama-Biden supporter, and how can you be trusted to be an American First candidate
We want to go non-ad
congressman?
hominem if possible here.
I'm sorry?
Non-ad hominem if possible.
I'm done.
I think that's very relevant to someone running for Congress.
Oh,
Yeah, we're trying to go non-ad hominem, though. That was our agreement.
Oh,
I would
my
like to know
goodness.
why you were an avid Obama-Biden supporter. That's my question.
We-
Wait, hold on. I can answer that. I can tell you that actually, and a lot of people on this stage, well, let's just start up by this. So we're in a
I love the fact that she's like, no. Michael Fallon's like, hey, we had an agreement. Remember I told you the links, the hurdles, the challenges that they had to overcome to set this up. When I tell you there's bad blood towards Ana Luna, and I'm sure they have bad blood amongst each other. I don't know. We'll see as we go along. I don't want to spoil it. The fact she's like, hell no. So Michael Fallon's trying to, hey, y'all, no, we're not going to do this. Anna's like, nah, hell no. I got this. Let me answer this. A complete body slam.
church, and the 8th commandment is thou shalt not bear false witness, or thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Interestingly enough, I actually never voted for Obama. And actually at the time that she's referencing, I would have been about, 15 years old? So
In
interestingly,
2008,
well,
you were
let me
15
finish.
years
So
old.
Cliff Gephardt actually voted for Obama. Many people in this room did.
I didn't, and I'm running for
Well,
But,
Congress, and I
but
won.
Can I-
let me
So that was very interesting that she's bringing up the fact she thought that Ana Luna voted for Obama. And Ana Luna made this, I would have been 15. Now, I think that in the heat of the moment, she's being satire. I tried to run the math. I think she's around 32 years old right now. If we run the math of when Obama first ran and for presidency and was elected back in 2008, Ana Luna was around maybe 17 or 18, give or take. I don't know, right? Who am I to tell? But it doesn't matter because she says, I didn't vote for him anyway. Although you're bashing me. I'm telling you what she's thinking probably. You're bashing me because you think that I voted for Obama. I'm going to correct you here in a minute. But the same people and other people in this room that are very significant that you use their place, conservative grounds, you use their place to do, to talk and try to connect with people, to campaign. You go there and you're condemning her as if it's something wrong for you supporting Obama, which now we all know that it was the worst shit ever. He was the worst president ever, in my opinion. But you're bashing her as if it's a wrong thing for her to do, while there's people in the same room that you support and are friends and use their venues to campaign and do events. So it's like, what type of hypocrisy is this? Amanda, come on, man. But she's getting ready to set you straight.
I want to pause everybody
Let
for
me
a moment.
finish.
Can we pose the time for a second?
Let me
The way
finish.
that this, I just want to pause for a second. This is not the way that this debate's going to happen. Okay? We are going to ask questions about policy.
Look at her
We're
face.
to let the other person then finish.
Pissed
I will
off.
not tolerate that.
Stank face.
So we need
To
to make
answer
sure
your
that
question,
we continue
to
from
answer
that
your
way.
guys' question, you should not alienate people that have voted one way. I have not, specifically, I have not. I have not supported Obama in the way that you claim that I have. But you should not alienate people that are coming over to the Republican platform, because clearly the Democrat Party has left a lot of people. And there's a lot of people here that have.
Okay.
Obama
Does-
gave us Joe Biden. You cannot call yourself a conservative.
You lobbied for
Let's-
Murkowski and
cannot call
Soros.
yourself
Okay,
a
time,
conservative.
folks.
Soros.
Time. And here's how this is going to go. If that continues, I will take time away from the candidates. We cannot continue down that road. I will not have a debate like that. Okay, this is not going to go ad hominem. We have enough in common here that we need to fight against. I think Kevin said it well.
So Michael O'Fallon, he is trying to keep, it's like herding cats. He is just trying to keep this fight. We all knew, everybody that knows anything about what's going on knows the bad blood in this room. And Michael O'Fallon's like, hey, we all had an agreement. Hey, stop. So he's just trying to, on to the next slide. All right, so Michael O'Fallon's trying to calm things down. Here is the next slide. Now, I want you guys to notice, I won't show each time. Each time it seemed that Ana Luna's mic kept getting shut off. They kept turning off Ana Luna's mic. I didn't understand that when the other candidates' mics were fine. I don't know if it was purposely done or maybe there was a technical difficulty or something in the back, but her mic kept getting shut off. But in this next slide, basically Michael O'Fallon's like, look, stop with the personal attacks. And you'll see these people are so unhinged, they go right back to the personal attacks. But this time, Christine Quinn joins in the fray. And, I see Ana Luna's throwing some mud, too. So let's put our gloves on, folks, and continue watching.
Sure that we're not attacking each other personally right now. Okay, thank you. Anna Paulina Luna, you have 30 seconds for a question.
I actually don't have any questions. My mic's off.
Her mic's
We
off.
have Anna Paulina Luna's mic back on, please? Or is
Testing. All right, you guys can hear me. I actually don't have a question to any of you guys. I know exactly who you are, so other than that, I guess I can talk about my platform a little bit.
It's just got to be a question, unfortunately.
Okay, well then I don't have any questions for anyone. I think I know exactly who you guys are.
Ooh, she's so pissed because she already knows what it is. She's like, I already know who y'all are. I know what's up. And apparently, by her saying that triggered Christine Quinn. I'm friends with both of them. I did not know Christine Quinn had some bad blood, but I guess the fact that she said she knows who they are triggered the hell out of Christine. She joins in the fray. And then it all hell breaks loose. It just goes nuts from there.
Oh, okay. Christine Quinn, you have 30 seconds for a question.
Oh,
Okay, well, with that response, Anna, we don't know who you are. Because according
Okay, let's stop.
I told y'all Christine Quinn was a bulldog. She's a pit bull, man. This woman's fierce. So apparently she got triggered, but she joins the fray with the rest of them, and you'll see it just is all downhill. You'll see that this was orchestrated. They all just personal attacks towards Ana Luna. It just goes nuts from there.
Stop for a second here, and
No,
this is where
Michael O'Fallon's literally having a shit face. Oh my God, I can't take this. Oh, he's unhinged himself.
listen, she
Please
started
stop.
this,
Excuse
so
me, up top, can we stop the mics? This stops now.
Okay, I have a
now.
question.
And I've never had to do this before, actually in 15 years, but this stops now. No more personal attacks on anybody. And
How
I
is
mean
it a personal attack
Okay,
if we ask a question about
Here we go. The unhinged folks, they're coming. Everybody's going to be taking shots and throwing muds right from here on out. It's all downhill.
someone,
we already
what someone has
discussed all
said?
of this prior to the debate, and this will not continue. Okay?
Okay, so I have a question. She talks about filing lawsuits. How many restraining orders have you filed?
Guys, again,
Shots fired. Again, he just got done telling them, hey, come on, come on. Take the gloves off. Let's be professional. Let's represent, let's show the people why we're trying to represent them, why we're trying to fight for men. We know you guys are sharks. We know you guys are fierce. But my God, the hate, my God, the energy, the direct malice attacks towards Ana Luna is so beyond me. Dude, you guys have no idea. I know what's going on behind the scenes. Holy shit.
this is not about personal.
If we can go back to
and
policy.
we are moving on. We
If
are
we can
moving
go
on at
back
this
to
point.
policy,
We
I can
are
tell
moving
you.
on at this point, okay, folks? And I'm warning everyone right now. I will not let this get out of control.
Michael O'Fallon is so unhinged right now. You can see his blood pressure. He started turning red. His blood pressure was so damn high. Hey, at one point he makes a statement. I've literally had Muslims and Christians debate. Oh my God, this guy is.
We had an agreements in regards to what we did for this debate. I expect you to follow those agreements to the T.
Remember I told you the lengths that they had to go, the hurdles, the challenges to overcome for them to even be able to set this up. There's so much bad blood in there. It's crazy. You will see and think that some of them are just sitting back. They're not a part of all this. Trust me, it was all orchestrated for certain people to attack while they sit back and look like they're the golden child. It's all false. Every one of them. I did not know Christine Quinn was like that, but apparently there is some bad blood, and it is nuts.
And if you don't, we will stop. Okay? All right. We're not going to do this, folks.
All right.
Okay? Look, we have too much at stake right now in this country to get down to this petty nonsense. All right?
Okay,
Let's move on. Let's talk about the issues, and we'll go from there.
Okay, so I have a question.
That's facts, man, and I respect them for that. It's all facts, but you know, I it's going to come off as bias because I support Ana Luna, but I understand what's taking place. She is doing nothing but standing up for herself. She knew this was going to be a dogfight. She didn't. A lot of people could have said, "No, I ain't doing this. I think this could be a setup. I ain't doing it." Ana Luna put on her gloves. She pulled herself up by the bootstraps. She went in there in the fray, knowing that they were going to be coming at her hard, and they do the entire time. And she didn't back down at all. And I just got to give her respect for that. She didn't back down not one bit. As a matter of fact, I can see why Trump would endorse her. She is fierce. Next slide. All right, this next slide is when Amanda Henson joins into the fray and throws her mud and starts taking shots. So, gets interesting, y'all. Here we go.
Opportunity, and thank you for putting that clown show to rest. I am so sick of this race being a national mock. It is time we take this seriously. I applaud my fellow candidates who are taking this seriously.
Okay, notice she's pandering. I applaud my fellow. Guys, this is all orchestrated. I truly believe that they are all in cahoots to pub up this Kevin guy. They're all softball questions to each other, and they're all curveballs to Ana Luna as you go and watch the whole thing. Remember, I'm just doing highlights, but she's taking shots. But I think she has some issues with the Amanda Makki girl as well. So it's just interesting to me.
We're running to do something that very few people in this country get to do, and that's be a representative and a voice for you. That's an honor. That's not something to sit around and yell things at each other and throw accusations around. And I'm going to lead like a true leader and not like a little child, and that's what this race has become.
All right, so she's trying to take some type of moral high ground as if she snubbed her nose and she's not like the common people, and I am a real leader and I can take the moral high ground. You know, I don't know her, but there's always things that come across my desk that make me just say, and question things that people say, and are they really conservative and things like that. So this one particular one that came across my desk is a screenshot. Now, my homie called her out on some things. I'm not going to say the names, but maybe people can put in the comments to clarify it for me. But this is a screenshot of Audrey Henson. And in the caption, it says, "What would it take to get him to drop out?" Using the article, and I'll reference the article, Republican Representative Barbara Comstock of Virginia urges Trump to drop out of race. This is when Trump wanted to drop. This was back in 2016. So she's referencing that article, which you guys can go look it up. Republican Rep. Barbara Comstock of Virginia urges Trump to drop out. She references it. Someone screenshots it, and at the bottom, she puts, "Laugh out loud. I'd hardly say I have buyer's remorse. I voted for Rubio, and I'm a part of the Republican Women's for Hillary." And you're like, Hillary? So, you know, these people that say they're conservative, I don't know, man. We got a lot of rhino stuff going on in this country. It only makes me scratch my head. This is from her Facebook page. It's her page. Audrey Henson screenshots with her saying that, and so I don't know, man. I'll digress. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. So anyway, next slide. All right, so this next slide is literally another unhinged moment, again, from Amanda Makki towards Ana Luna, man. Sit back, drink your beer, dip your chips in the, pay attention.
You have 30 seconds for a question and 1 minute for response.
My question is for Ms. Luna. You said that election integrity is one of your big issues. What have you done on election integrity? Did you go to states like Arizona, Michigan, Wisconsin, or Pennsylvania to make a difference for election integrity in this country?
Actually, I did. Right after the election, I actually went to Georgia, and I actually helped with...
So she asked a legitimate question. Anna's answering, and you'll notice she's going to just completely barge in and interrupt her, and then it just goes nuts from there.
Registering poll watchers and do...
in the state that was
train up. I'm not
ask
done
the
yet.
question,
I'm
we
not
need to
done.
make sure we have 1 minute.
done.
In the battlegrounds.
Let me talk.
We
I'm not
cannot
done.
have a response.
But
God,
to be
please.
quite honest with you, I find it ironic that you're attacking me on that when you said the day after the election that Trump needed to concede to Biden. And there's a
never said
screenshot.
that.
Oh, so that people, Ana Luna. No, Ana Luna's throwing mud back at these people, man. She's standing up and she's kicking ass.
And a clip.
I never said that.
So I'm
Okay,
just
guys,
saying.
we're going down this road
Never.
again.
Triggered!
And
Policy
please,
matters.
Ladies, please.
If I was an election integrity attorney for Trump,
ladies,
why would I have said that?
Ladies,
It's
Why
over,
would I have
Amanda.
said
ladies,
that?
let's
Post the
try to.
tape. Post the tape.
We can go ahead and have the debate. We can ask questions. We can answer responsibly. Let's try to stay out of ad hominem responses and attacks on one another. We need to have a Republican candidate that survives to be able to run against the Democrat. So let's make sure that we do everything that we can. Miss, you have 37 seconds, please, to respond.
Look.
I just answered, but I actually don't have any more questions
She goes unhinged when she says, I actually answered. I don't have anything else to say. Oh, my God. Triggered.
for you guys.
Okay.
You're so perfect. You don't have
And guys,
answers
please,
and
let's not go
questions.
down this road. Please. I'm asking you. I respect everybody on this stage right now. Please, I'm asking everyone.
Michael Fowler, please. I'm begging you. Please.
Please, let's not do this. Okay? I mean, I've been able to have debates with Muslims and Christians, and we've all been able to be respectful. Let's do that.
I've been able to have debates with Muslims and Christians.
As common Republicans, okay? All right.
On to the next slide. All right, so I'm going to try to end it. I don't want this thing to get too long, so I'm going to end it with this Kevin Hayslett one right here. This is where he's talking about we need to embrace cryptocurrency. Now, what's very interesting with him, when we discuss this cryptocurrency statement that he's getting ready to make, that's the new world order. That's globalism. You'll hear Ana Luna always say, I'm anti-globalist, right? But what's interesting, he said he has 3 sons, and one of his sons, from my understanding, works for Elliott's Capital Management, works for a big firm. He said he's in finances, in which that would mean that they have some type of interest when it comes to cryptocurrency. So I just find it very interesting that I try to connect the dots. I could be wrong, but I find it maybe that there's some personal interest there, being his son is in the financial field, and he's directly connected to where maybe it could benefit from him when we talk about cryptocurrency. Now, I know Michael O'Fallon speaks about it. A lot of other people speak about it. We don't want to go towards this globalist move of social credit scores like in China, right? If we move towards this only one way of doing our money moving around, that's the global takeover. I believe that's the plan. We don't want to change over to only cryptocurrency, because literally you can lose everything by a click of a button. People like me that speak out against the government and are very opinionated, man, I could just click. I don't have nothing. They're doing it to us now on social media. So I do not agree with him when it comes to this. And then I found some other things, like he's endorsed by Scott Brown, which was with the J6 committee, that pretty much was all about, it was against Trump, trying to say everybody's an insurrectionist. So he said that he's endorsed by that guy. which the company that his son apparently works for, which is like Elliott Capital Management, is Paul Singer. Now, you guys can look this all up. I'm not that well-rounded when it comes to politics, but I find a lot of these things that I hear very interesting, these birds that chirp, and how I try to connect the dots and think that maybe there's something there. I'm not saying that there's there, but normally when there's smoke, there's what? I'll let you guys put that in the comments. But you had Paul Singer. He's the one that put out the fake Russian collusion narrative on Trump to only find out that it was a hoax. It's nothing of the sort. So it's like, in which Hillary Clinton picked it up and ran with it. So the son works for the company. He's talking about cryptocurrency, which is very anti-American. It's a global push that we see that's going on right now. So I just, it doesn't set well with me. So I don't know. You guys put it in the comment. You tell me what you think.
Technology. We are moving in that direction. We need to wake up and get involved. If you look at St. Pete over the last 5 years, blockchain technology companies are coming to this district. We need to be a technology hub. We can build it here. We need the infrastructure, we need those businesses, we need those creative minds, and at some point, the U.S. is going to have to embrace and get involved in cryptocurrency because every other company in the world is already going there. And we've got to catch up.
So there you have it. I don't know. That doesn't set well with me to say we need to embrace and go to cryptocurrency. No, I don't think so. I think that's the global push. That's the global takeover. We all see it. You know, I'm not trying to go down these rabbit holes and whatnot, but I know that cryptocurrency is dangerous. Am I someone that doesn't want to embrace change? No. But I know if we go to one way of currency, cryptocurrency, that is setting up America and the rest of the world for failure. So I don't know, man. I'll digress on that. Either way, shout out to the people that organized this. I want to give a big thanks to them, Michael O'Fallon, Cliff Gephardt, Abundant Life Church that put this together, all the candidates that got up there. In my heart, I truly, because I know that what takes place behind the scene when it comes to just my district, when it comes to local politics, this is why it's important to get involved and know the candidates and know what they stand for. I've met and I've talked with all of them. Some of them, a couple of them I've met. Two of them I'm friends with. But what I will say is I supported Ana Luna the first time, and I'm going to support her again this time. And the one thing that I've noticed that a lot of the other candidates have done, from what I've seen and things that the birds that I chirp and the feuds that I see going back and forth between the candidates, is Ana Luna never goes off of just trying to slander people. She just focuses on her message and does her thing. And I notice a lot of the other ones that they've never met me in their life, and the first thing they do is trash dump on me on how bad another candidate is. And they take personal attacks on a candidate. And I know this is politics, and that's what they do. We've seen it at a grand level, what they did with Trump. They tried to smear campaign him. I just don't think that that's a good way to run if you're going to be a leader, right? Everything rises and falls on leadership. So when you bring up people's past, when you bring up things that, whether it's true or not, and that's what you're running your campaign and why you're campaigning to try to, it's just pure slandering people. I'm sorry, I can't get behind that, right? I just can't. And the reason why I do that is because it tells me, what if I ever run for some type of position, a city council or anything in politics? I do not have the squeaky clean pass, right? I am humble, used to didn't live right. Until this day, I'm trying to live a better life as a Christian, right? That means that they will do the same thing to me and they will slander me. So I don't think it's a great way to run a campaign. I think you should focus on the policies and focus on what you're going to do to represent not only just this district, but how you're going to represent us as a whole for America. And I just feel that Ana Luna will be the better candidate to do that. I have other reasons, but I think she's got my vote at this point. It's going to be interesting to see, and we'll see how it all plays out. Put in the comments if it's your first time. I know this is a different type of content that I've made. This is not my usual style. It was a 2.5 hour debate. Make sure you guys go to Sovereign Nation. This is Michael O'Fallon's page where he put up the debate, Florida District 13 Congressional Republican debate. He put it together. If you want to watch it in its entirety, skip through it and do your thing, make sure you go and you check out Sovereign Nation, man. I'll make sure I put the link in the description for you to do so. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying tuned in. It was long. I hope I didn't bore you. I thought that there was some exciting moments in there. Please like, comment, share, subscribe if it's your first time. Your boy Craig Long 45, that's always going to keep keeping it real, is out. Peace.
Yeah, oi.